2, 1.
Rest in power, man, to the bro X, man. Tentacion. Rest in power to the fallen ones, man, out here speaking that real spiel, man. I mean, when you in the industry and you signing these deals and you start speaking about frequency, oh boy. That's what we gotta tell our people, man. Don't sign these deals, man, especially if you want to get real. Don't sign these deals, especially if you want to get real. No matter what the jam up, no matter what the situation, no matter what the risk, don't sign these deals. If you want to be real, man. Rest in power to bro X, man. I told y'all, man, this is a frequency war. We on a war path. The price is going up. Go.
Music is frequency programming. Music is frequency. What frequency are you being fed? If I play with those frequencies, right, I can target certain parts of the mind, target the frequency to go to certain parts of the mind, and I can literally, if I want you to astral project, or if I want you to go to sleep, or if I want you to go into a meditative state, I can make my music do that.
The brain processes information.
And that's deep, and that's why we be playing music and our old, you know what I'm saying, hip-hop, everything, independent artists, we do that in the harmonics, in the harmonic frequency, in the frequency of the spiral, you did, because we know what they're doing with this 440. We know that they tune our music since the 50s, man, and before that, to this 440, this A equals 440, which equals C. C equals what? When A equals 440, what does C equal, man? What do they keep trying to push on us, right? This 528. Dig on this 528 is so, you know, this healthy music love. Well, 528 is what? C equals 528. And when C equals 528, they don't tell you if it's an A or a C, right? So you got to know A equals 432, all right? You got to know when they talk 528, they're saying C, middle C equals 528. And when middle C equals 528, A equals 444. And that's really close to that 440 as well. So just know it's a frequency war. Music is programming. Just like X say, let's hear it again. He can make his music do whatever he wanted to do, man. Listen to his voice again, man. Rest in power to the king, man.
Music is frequency programming. Music is frequency. What frequency are you being fed? If I play with those frequencies, right, I can target certain parts of the mind, target the frequency to go to certain parts of the mind, and I can literally, if I want you to astral project, or if I want you to go to sleep, or if I want you to go into a meditative state, I can make my music do that.
The brain processes information electrically. It communicates with the cellular structure electrically, and it operates within a certain band of frequency. If you can broadcast frequencies carrying information, this technology's long been known, carrying information and perceptions within the frequency that the brain decodes.
Bang, fear, man, fear spell. So if you can broadcast, you know, and carry this particular frequency and these messages. So why did Hitler start tuning his music to 440? Why are they doing it right now off the radio, off the TV? What spell are they putting in our head bone, man? It's the fear spell. It's carrying information and perception. What's the perception? That which you are witnessing. How you view life, right? How you view the light. The information is your perception. You in the mind of a hijack because you got the perception and you're carrying the information relative to fear, relative to the hijack, within the frequency that the brain decodes the information. So they're sliding this in like Inception. They're planting the idea inside of your head bone, deep inside of your head bone, this fear spell, fear to rise up, fear to be free, man. We're just talking about the fear to be free. Are you afraid to be free? Why? Because you're carrying information and a perception of, you know, what it would take to be free must come with all this, you know, death and destruction. And you must fear that, right? You must fear death, right? I mean, come on, man. One more again, listen closely to the bro X, rest in power. Because you listen to the radio all day, But what are they doing with the frequencies? Why can't we talk frequency? Why can't we talk frequency?
Music is frequency.
Let go.
What frequency are you being fed?
Come on.
If I play with those frequencies, right, I can target certain parts of the mind, target the frequency to go to certain parts of the mind, and I can literally, if I want you to astral project, or if I want you to go to sleep, or if I want you to go into a meditative state, I can make my music do that.
Or if I want you to be afraid, I can make all music off the radio on 440 hertz do that.
The brain processes information electrically. It communicates with the cellular structure electrically, and it operates within a certain band of frequency. If you can broadcast frequencies carrying information, this technology's long been done,
Broadcast.
carrying information and perceptions within the frequency that the brain decodes information, the brain will decode those frequencies and will have those perceptions. You can externally influence people's perceptions externally by broadcasting these frequencies that we interact with because we are antenna.
Hijack City.
The sad reality is that where we now play our music is in A440. Where did that come from? It used to be 417. A440 came in with the Roman Catholic Church. They suppressed the frequencies. They lost somehow the 152 of the best Gregorian chants, including the hymn to St. John the Baptist, which we've now recovered. That particular hymn was what triggered Dr. Palaio's investigation, looking for those frequencies of vibration by which the music was played. It was known as the most uplifting hymn of all the ages, the most spiritually uplifting hymn. Hymn to St. John the Baptist. It was played to 6 tones. These are those 6 tones. These are those 6 frequencies. And so the A440 is what now is the standard tuning. If you go A439, you're closer to one of the Creator's tones. If you go A441, you're closer to one of the Creator's original tones. That's how precisely it has been manipulated. To do what? To shut down the 95% of your brain.
Light, code, frequency, shutdown. Love to feel Valentine been talking this, man. So we're putting it, all into, one equation. And we're seeing what the, what's going to pop out the other side, right? Because either it's going to be more fear for you or it's going to be more Ahab, right? And with that Ahab, you're fearless. You function out of the love for your nation, right? For your Hawa, for your source, for your brother, for your sisters. Now they threw out that 417 frequency. Well, whatever scale they're on to dig on that, we know the whole world wasn't in no 417. So like everything else, we got to dodge our own damn hijacks, get back in the spiral, get back into harmony, get back into Fibonacci. They're just throwing frequencies out. Oh, we used to be 417. Who? Europe? Who? They didn't go no further, but they just threw out 417 and kept it pushing, man. So because you're researchers and reconers, you can find your way back to harmony. But the fact is, you got to get out this 440, period. You got to get closer. Like they said, even if you're in that 528, remember, that's not A528, that's C, middle C 528, which equals A444. That's closer to the Creator's harmony, right? That's why it feels better, right? That's why it feels good. But, that 432, man, that's 8 hertz away from that 440, not just 4 hertz away. So I enjoy being as far away from this engineered, synthetic, or weaponized frequency. Because, again, you're just talking about silent weapons, quiet wars.
Particularly the right brain that operates the heart mind.
Whoa, let's get that again. So it says 95% of your brain, particularly the right brain. Now we just dug on that spirit science, right, man? Love to the real ones tuning in. We just enjoying the flow. And yeah, man, the right brain was over all that creativity, man. All that paradise was over there, right? So they shut that shit down. This 440 is shutting down your creativity. got no creativity, where's your connection with the creator without no creativity? The creator is raw creativity. They're shutting down your creativity. They're shutting down your divine community. You dig? They're shutting down, you know what I'm saying, just your entire ability, man, to just, go straight to paradise, man. Now you're going in circles. Now you're going in loops. Now you're going into the synthetic matrix by shutting down your right brain. This is strategic frequency engineering. And it's a frequency war. And I done told you, Nagas, we on the war path.
The divine human community.
One more time, man.
Some decades.
One more time.
That operates the heart mind to the divine human community. Shut down the 95% of your brain, particularly the right brain, that operates the heart mind to the divine.
Come on, man.
Some decades ago, there was a guy who worked out the frequencies of different emotional states. This is long ago. I mean, it's very, very sophisticated now. So every thought, every emotional response is a frequency.
Wow. Every thought is a frequency. So back to the great writings of Sylvanus Texas, Solomon the Builder, who said, control your robbers, guard your gates, get the robbers out of your house, right? Your house is your head, is your, you know what I'm saying, your mind, right? Your mind bone. Get the thoughts out of your mind. Get the robbers out of your gates. This is how you control. This is how you control your reality, man. So you got to guard your gates from the evil wild beasts, which are the thoughts. Those thoughts are frequencies, and they can tune in and put these thoughts in your head by putting certain frequencies in your head to trigger certain emotional responses. It's a frequency war. We on a war path, man. Every thought, every emotional response is a frequency.
It generates a frequency, and it is of itself a frequency. Hate is a frequency, and it's different to love. You know, when you are in a room and there's lots of aggression and conflict and hatred, you feel it. What do people say? Oh, God, you cut the atmosphere with a knife in there. That is because the frequencies of hate and conflict have been so generated, they have changed the electromagnetic field of the room.
When you go driving your car and your channel on the radio is tuned to a station and you're grooving to the music, you love that music. As you get farther and farther away from the broadcasting tower, that music gets static. You start to lose the signal from the clear channel, broadcast, and it gets staticky. When it gets staticky, you get a little annoyed. But you want to listen to it. You really have a heart for that music, so you continue to listen to it for another 10, 15 miles, and suddenly it becomes so annoying that you just get disgusted, you go, and you shut it off. And if you continue to listen to it, you get sick. That's what we're talking about here. Except you don't even know that you've been listening to the static
your whole life.
You don't even know what the true resonant frequency is because it has been kept.
You was born in this static. So we say, man, you got to be static free, hijack free. Get out the mind of a hijack, because your mind, your hijack hive mind is straight coming from the root of the static. So you get out that hijack mind, man. You empty your cup, man. You get the true resonance. You get the seeing clearly, man. You're back in that Dracon 9, man. Remember the Bell Laboratories experiments, man, back in the 40s and all that. What did they do? They amped up their radio signal over 50,000 times, man, just to get some type of clear signal without the static of the universe, they call it, right? The universal background noise, the static in the universe. The static they're referring to is the frequency of Ahchwa, is the frequency of the creator or the universe, right? So they got out of that 7.23 centimeter wavelength, out that 432, they amped it up to 7.35 centimeter wavelength, which is equivalent to 440. 7.23 centimeters is equivalent to 432. So when he says, oh, we was in 417, well, that's not equivalent to the 7.23 centimeter wavelength. But 432 is harmonic, right on that Fibonacci, right on that spiral. And now they got us in the 440, which is the 7.35 in the static. And you don't even know what true resonant frequency or true pure water is because it's been kept from you. So when you listen to your music in 432, it's a whole nother experience, man. It's hard to go back to 440 after just enjoying the flow of the 432, that 8 hertz. That 8 hertz, tuning it down at 8 hertz, man. I mean, it puts you back in the wave. It puts you back in the wave. I mean, think about it. Everyone who's tripping on 528, they're enjoying it because they're further from the static, right? And they're closer to the wave, and they're enjoying that. But imagine at 432, man, you're all the way in the spiral. You're all the way in the 9 in the true resonant frequency. Go check out our drop tuner packages, man. Click the link below. Let's go.
Now, of course, to really be effective, we need to use the proper words and phrases, scientifically selected. But that gives you the basic idea. We embed messages just below the threshold of perception.
This is an anonymous, this is the secret bad guy. The secret bad guy wants to give you some drop. Listen closely because he's telling you exactly what they do. He's telling you exactly what's going on. Listen up.
We need to use the proper words and phrases, scientifically selected.
Let's go back. Make sure we get it all. Let's make sure we get it all.
Your whole life. You don't even know what the true resonant frequency is because it has been kept.
Now, of course, to really be effective, we need to use the proper words and phrases, scientifically selected. But that gives you the basic idea. We embed messages just below the threshold of perception.
So they embed the messages through the frequency just below the threshold of perception so that you don't even know. Silent weapons, quiet war. What messages through the frequencies is getting pumped out in all this music, especially, not just the lyrics. Y'all tripping on the lyrics and cuss words and all the other shit. Y'all tripping on the bullshit. You're not even tripping on the embedded coding and messages below the threshold of perception. You're not even tripping on the reality. You're tripping on the straw man. You tripping on, ooh, he said what? She said, huh? The frequency carries the message. When we tune it out that frequency, yeah, you might still hear the cuss word, but you're not getting no embedded messages below the threshold of perception. Come on, man. He's staying anonymous for a reason. Because those that sign deals and that are allied, with those other energies, they can't talk about this without going anonymous or coming up missing, man. Rest in power. Rest in power, man. Rest in power to my brother, X, man. We talking the Tao, man. Let's go. Because your whole belief system
Music
is
is
shaking.
frequency program. Music is frequency. What frequency are you being fed? If I play with those frequencies, right, I can target certain parts of the mind, target the frequency to go to certain parts of the mind, and I can literally, if I want you to astral project, or if I want you to go to sleep, or if I want you to go into a meditative state, I can make my music do that.
Because he can put the message through the frequency below the threshold of your perception.
Scientifically selected. But that gives you the basic idea. We embed messages just below the threshold of perception, so they can go directly into the subconscious. They can play across a community these frequencies without anyone knowing. And it starts to have an effect. And it starts to build rage. It starts to build anger. And people might not realize why they're feeling it, but they start to feel it. And then what they do is they trigger that with an event. Maybe, some guy is attacked by the police or something, or somebody's
Okay. Okay. Back to the town. What is it all about? Look, I ain't even seen this yet. I just saw the title and I said, let's go. Let's go. I wasn't going to do a drop for another couple of days. I got to catch up on the website. I got to redo the Frequency of Learning website. I got to redo the Vibe Suites. You dig? You know what I'm saying? We got things going on to rebuild our infrastructure for the drive, for the fam. I got emails to get back to, you dig? I got a daddy date. I got a daddy date with my beautiful daughter, man. I gotta get going for that. I got things going on, man. I said, look, man, whoa, let's go, man. 'Cause I got a responsibility with my real ones, man. And you see what it's all about? Or somebody's arrested for something they didn't commit, or they get shot down in the street to trigger something. After they've done the experiment, they're ready to trigger the built-up rage through the frequency. Now, other than music, what else is transmitting? Love to yourself the real, man. What else is transmitting? You got the cell phone towers transmitting, right? Your cell phones, your laptops, the tablets, you know, all this other stuff, man. You know what I mean? All this 5G situation, all this Wi-Fi situation. All of this is the frequency war. All of this is the silent weapons for quiet wars. All of this is the embedded messages just below the threshold of your perception. And who's the target? You're looking at it. You're looking at the target, man. You the target. Arresting you for something you didn't do. Shooting you down for no reason. No justice, no peace. Hands up. Don't shoot. Eric Gardner, Michael Brown, Sandra Bland. On and on we go, man. Rest in power. Neighborhood Nip. They're triggering us. Who? They got a picture of you up, my naga. Are you paying attention? Are you seeing clearly?
The feeling if they start to feel it.
So don't look at this image, because this is not who they're talking about. This is not who they're talking about. Just listen and think about who they're talking about.
Realize why they're feeling it if they start.
People don't realize why they're feeling it. My naga, you in the hood, you don't realize why you feel all this rage and built up aggression and depression and all this bullshit. They're targeting you with these cell phone towers. They're putting frequencies all up on us, man. This shit is happening today. I'm not even talking about the GMO food. I'm not even talking about the chemtrails. I'm not even talking about the vaccines. It's a frequency war, man. We on the war path. The price is going up, man.
The feeling. And then what they do is they trigger that.
Then they trigger all this built-up rage and embedded emotion beneath your threshold of perception. They trigger it with an event. That's why you got to get up ahead and say, I know there's another event. I know they're triggering it. Let me not fall right into that shit. Let me start triggering them, you know what I'm saying, with my frequency. You know what I mean? Let me get harmonic on their ass. And really, if they want to play frequency war, let's play frequency war. Don't play little street war beef, go in the street with your shotgun type of shit. That ain't, nah. That's two-dimensional. You got to play frequency war. They playing frequency war. This is the main thing they doing. How do you combat this? Is get yourself together. Put that GMO down, you dig? Put that meat down, you dig? Tune your music to 432 or holla at us. We do it for $5, man. $5 a month. We tune 50 songs every month for you for $5. We got you. Tune your music. Get in that 432. Get in the drop chat. Get in the vibe suites. Download the app. Do what you got to do, man. Frequency up. Most of all, man, just keep meditating, man. Keep prayerful with Hawa. That raises up your frequency. Meditating and being close to your creator, man. Shutting all the wing wham down. That raises your vibration. Just keep raising your vibration. Keep working out. Keep exercising. Keep choosing up. By doing that, you create and rebuild this entire wave, man. I mean, I'm talking about the actual spectrum, even above the threshold of perception. This is something that you can perceive now. You're going to make a perceptible change. You know what I'm saying? A change that you could perceive, man. Oh, man, you know, these are war games. These are word games, man. The word is the sound, right? So what happens when they trigger you? What kind of event do they trigger you with?
With an event, maybe, some guys.
Maybe like some guys attacked by the police or something. I don't know. They're giving you the main game plan. You know, like some guys attacked by the police or something. Look at this guy, man. Yeah, man, they created your opposites, man. They created your opposites, man. It don't mean, everybody don't love everybody and treat everybody with respect and all that. Just know that they created your opposites, man. This is the slaying of the dragon. This is the frequency war. And they trigger you with the police. They trigger you with the attacks.
Attacked by the police or something, or somebody's arrested for something they didn't commit.
They trigger us after building up our rage. Don't fall into their trap and don't believe the hype. Ether up. Get on that land. Just go, you know what I mean? Just go to some, beautiful, scenic, beautiful trees around you, man, and just, do that more and more and more, man. Get out them streets, man. Start ethering up, man. I mean, this is the frequency war. You must be victorious, and you're not going to do it falling into their traps with some rage, synthetic rage that don't even belong to you. If you're going to feel that build up, let it be, straight ether. Let you be built up with that straight ether, because they don't want you to unleash that. That's perceptible, right? And that's not below the threshold of perception. That's perceptible. It can be perceived and witnessed and observed by the whole plane when you ether up, because the target is you. And we know how we doing it. We know how they doing it, because we in the streets. We know how they doing it to us. We know how they arresting us. We know how they doing our brothers behind the wall, because we do it for our brothers behind the wall. Because we behind the wall, man.
Yeah, and now there's the trigger. Blue touch paper's been lit of this manufactured, frequency-driven.
We just said synthetic frequency rage, man. Manufactured frequency-driven rage. Don't fall into the hype.
Rage. And you have mass riots and what have you, and people do things that they wouldn't normally do.
So in other words, the master composer, master conductor of the Universal Orchestra is singing love songs in 528, uplifting.
528, right? 528. You see how they try to slide that in there? 528. 528, right? That's their, more of a synthetic love frequency. I mean, it is away from 440, but only by 4 hertz, you dig? That's A equals 444 at 528. Uplifting everything simultaneous. Yeah, okay. Let's go.
Everything simultaneously.
We got an ancient love song. It's our spiral. It's the 9. It's the noon. It's the seed.
And we're the only species out of tune and accepting static for the clear channel.
Do you know that the American military, they've admitted this. They have technology that fires frequencies at the enemy that basically breaks the enemy's spirit, so they give up and put their weapons down.
Wow. Don't that sound like you, my nugget? They got frequencies that they shoot out already to break the enemy's ruach. What's going on with these cell phone towers in the neighborhood, man?
Frequencies at the enemy that basically breaks the enemy's spirit.
So now you got a broken spirit and you give up and put your weapons down, right? But when we weaponize, we're not just talking about guns and knives. You're talking about the ether, the fire, the water. Those are your weapons, man. The elements are your weapons, man. The earth is your turf. This is your weapon, man. Remember, man, music is frequency.
Music is frequency programming. Music is frequency. What frequency are you being fed? If I play with those frequencies, right, I can target certain parts of the mind, target the frequency to go to certain parts of the mind, and I can literally, if I want you to astral project, or if I want you to go to sleep, or if I want you to go into a meditative state, I can make my music do that.
Video advice, man. Much of how I can make my music do that. Well, we can make our music do this. You can make your music do that, then we can make our music do this, man. Click the link below. Check out the drop tuner, because this is what we're here for, man. We're here to spread vibration awareness, so you're at least aware, you know what I mean? And we have services to assist you, you know what I mean? So Check out the Drop Tuner. Download the app. Keep surfing the wave. Become a Dragon sponsor, man. Support the flow because we're doing it hijack free. All praise our creator because music is frequency. Programming is what they're doing. Static is what you're born in the matrix. 440 is the frequency of the matrix. And we're tuning up to 432. All praise our creator. Y'all keep zoning. I'm going to fall back. Get ready for this daddy day. You dig? Shout out to all the fathers and the pops out there. Shout out to the mamas keeping the men flowing. Allow wow.